And now, Evolution continues with a singles match set for one fall for the EPW Coastal Championship. Introducing first in this championship match, weighing at 250 pounds, here's a former EPW Hardcore Champion, a two-time former EPW Tag Team Champion, and a two-time former EPW Champion, the Law, Bobby Marshall! And now, weighing in at 230 pounds and representing the Untouchables, here's a three-time former EPW Tag Team Champion, a five-time former EPW Champion, and your reigning and defending EPW Coastal Champion, Marcius Pitt!
It's now time for our first championship matchup for the evening, and what a championship matchup it is. We've got Marcius Pitt defending his EPW Coastal Championship for the first time up against none other than Bobby Marshall.
Bobby Marshall, this is the only championship in his EPW career that he has not won, so you've got to believe that he's ready to lay it on the line here. This is it's almost like dream matchup here. It's like fantasy matchmaking.
Well, there's the old cliche of a main event on any other show, but this very well could be. These are two of the biggest names synonymous with the history of explosive pro wrestling. Both former EPW champions, both former EPW tag team champions. These guys have done so much throughout the history of EPW. It's awesome that we're seeing this matchup, which just brings more to the allure and the, whilst it's new, the prestige to the EPW Coastal Championship.
Well, we've had two Coastal champions so far before Marcius Pitt. Both Gavin McGavin and also Scotty Ryan, the previous champion, have defended the belt and had long, productive reigns. So Marcius Pitt will be wanting to make sure that he isn't the one that's the outlier in the statistics, that he's not the one who had the short reign. He's a pretty prideful guy.
Well, if you take a look back at our previous show, Collision Course, in May, check it out on EPW's Vimeo. It was Marcius Pitt who defeated Scotty Ryan with the help of his fellow Untouchables crew. Amber was there. We had Damian Slater. We had Julian Ward. Everyone was out for the occasion. And, well, look, he didn't win it under the most fairest of circumstances, but nonetheless, Marcius Pitt is our Coastal champion right now.
Now, he is a big, strong boy, Marcius Pitt, but I'm not sure if he's going to be able to take Bobby Marshall down with a standing shoulder block at this stage of the match.
It's going to give Bobby Marshall a free shot. Not a wise thing to do.
Oh!
Bobby Marshall is a huge individual and as strong as they get.
And this is a little bit of a different side to what we've seen of late from Bobby. He's bullied on by this crowd, it seems. And I'm not sure about this, Marcus, because Bobby doesn't usually need a second invitation.
Definitely wouldn't be wanting to give away too many free shots to someone the likes of Bobby Marshall.
Did you like that, dickhead?
Well, we'll let Pitt speak for himself, but... Oh, wait a minute.
Bobby.
Straight into the...
Oh,
wait a minute. 1, 2. Oh!
We were a second away from having a brand new EPW Coastal champion. None other than Bobby Marshall. Of course, Bobby Marshall returned to Explosive Pro Wrestling back in April at our show Gold Rush, where he had a huge matchup with Mikey Nichols in his return to EPW. And of course, we saw him go up against Davis Storm at EPW's charity bash down south when we went to Bunbury, which is a great event, but Bobby Marshall fell short in that matchup. He hasn't had a win since returning to EPW. Bobby Marshall's not a man that usually has back-to-back losses.
Oh! Huge boot. And with that big boot to the face on the outside, Marcius Pitt might be regretting calling out EPW officials. He demanded for an opponent that was befitting of his elite status, and they certainly delivered in Bobby Marshall.
That's right, if you follow us on Facebook, as you should, or the other social media outlets, Marcius Pitt put a very bizarre video.
It was odd. It was odd, but we never really know what's going on in Marcius Pitt's head ever since he joined the Untouchables.
I wonder if he knows. Oh, one thing he knows is that his ribs will be hurting after that one. He's draped over the guardrail. Leg drop over the guardrail. Man, his ribs weren't hurting before. They sure as hell are now, as well as his neck and his head.
Ever consider it there, Bobby Marshall. Puts the railing back there. Make sure the safety and security of our fans is well and truly paramount.
Now, I was very busy this morning. I didn't get to see the video, but you caught up and had an interview with Bobby Marshall. How did that go, Emac?
To summarise it, it would be... That was it. It was good coffee, though, at Tipico. Crowd is right behind Bobby here.
Where do all these fans come from? Oh! Over the head, belly to belly, suplex onto the hardwood floor. Bobby Marshall just got thrown by the Coastal champion.
That is absolutely ridiculous. Bobby Marshall is got to be in agonising pain, and Marcius Pitt not going to let him recuperate, throwing him straight back into the ring.
Well, the championship is on the line. He can't afford to let Bobby Marshall get himself back together. Keep in mind, Bobby Marshall is one of the best that this great company has ever seen.
You know what? It takes things like belly-to-belly suplexes to the outside just to stagger Bobby Marshall. That would have knocked out any other man.
You won't hear me question that. Marshall.
See, how is he even standing exchanging strikes? It's unbelievable. And now he's going to bring Pitt back into the ring.
There are aspects to Bobby Marshall's wrestling that are just inhuman. We've seen it a number of times, whereas Marcius Pitt, you could almost say the same thing. Bobby comes off the ropes and... Oh, German suplex right into the center of the ring.
Case in point there, Olsen, the strength there to package him straight away. Is that enough for the 3 count? Oh, no. Back on the back and neck that it landed on the outside. But you're right, Marcius Pitt, he's got that explosive strength there. And they can get someone with the size of Bobby Marshall over so easily.
Oh, there goes the shoulder of Bobby Marshall straight into that steel ring post. One thing we should point out, of course, once again, is that Amber is at ringside. She's out there with Julian Ward. The Untouchables, as they stand at the moment with the Coastal Champion, Julian Ward, Damian Slater, and Amber, they're a force to be reckoned with.
Well, that's it. Yeah, look, Amber on the outside here, especially when Marcius Pitt has the champion's advantage. So that's the one thing that they can actually do. Because he's the champion, if she gets caught out, it's not the end of the world because they'll just get disqualified and retain the belt.
That's right. Bobby Marshall's the man who needs to get the win. Marcius Pitt, not so much. Right now, he looks like he's going to focus the attack on the right ankle of Bobby Marshall. Oh! Right leg in general, by the looks of things, someone the size of Bobby Marshall, who is a small stretch taller than Marcius Pitt. Great tactics taking out the big man's legs.
Well, that's it. It's been a full body assault, though, to be honest. I mean, we've seen the focus on the shoulder, the neck and the back from the suplexes, and now the leg. It's one way to keep Bobby Marshall down, and it's keeping him standing.
You can't let the slightly askew antics of Marcius Pitt, like the bizarre videos he posts and any of his promos he does, can't let that throw you off. He's a very smart competitor, an incredible wrestler, but he knows what he's doing inside that squared circle.
It's like it's almost like a Jekyll and Hyde sort of thing. You see, you put a camera in front of his face and then you don't know what to make of him, but you put him in that squared circle and it all comes naturally to him.
Bobby Marshall going to fire back with some shots. Hard forearm strike.
You see the size of the arms and the forearms there of Bobby Marshall coming with that strength. But Pitt is just picking apart little bits and pieces there. I mean, you see smart competitors focus on one body part if they've got like a signature move or a submission that they want to put on. But Pitt's trying to get the pain all around the body, so just completely render Bobby useless.
Well, he knows the kind of competitor that he's in there with. He's no stranger to the work of Bobby Marshall and what he's capable of. So it's quite a smart thing to do. Taking out that leg, of course, Bobby Marshall likes to finish his matchups with a scissor kick maneuver. You're not going to do that if you've got a sore and injured leg. Taking out the hands, you'll do things like the powerbomb we saw earlier. Not going to do that if you've got broken fingers.
No, not at all.
Something like a overhead belly to belly onto that hardwood floor. That doesn't matter what your moveset is, that's just going to hurt.
And you see there, Pitt's able to get Marshall down now, but he used a lot of his own force and energy to knock him down. So even in, and I dare I say, I don't want to be ended, as Bobby said in our coffee date, but you still got to exert a lot of your energy to beat a weakened Bobby Marshall.
It is very true. Some of the things that Marcius Pitt is throwing down here would definitely end a match with a lesser competitor. But as we've said, Bobby Marshall's track record speaks for itself. Over the many years he's competed here in Explosive Pro Wrestling.
And Pitt's no stranger to that. That's why I'm surprised he was taking the time to gloat there to give Bob the chance to recuperate.
Might have got a little bit comfortable, but there's nothing comfortable about these shots Bobby Marshall's throwing his way, and a big scoop slam to go along with it.
Bobby is a genetic freak. He has 4 tree trunks for limbs, and now he's using all of that to keep Marcius Pitt down. He's going to the top. We don't see this too often there. I mean, he's definitely shown the ability.
Oh, here comes Marcius Pitt.
Bob one step ahead of him there.
Throws him back down to the canvas and off the top rope. The diving elbow strike. Gets about 2.5, but not a full 3, as referee Matthew Clark lets us know. Just that feat in itself, doing a top rope diving elbow strike from Bobby Marshall. The man his size shouldn't be able to do such things, but he does. It makes it look quite easy.
Well, that's it. You see people maybe half Bobby's size try and do a move like that, and no, not again to the outside there, and that's worse than the hardwood floor. That looks like it's the hard concrete stage.
You're completely correct, Eric. That is solid concrete. We don't have mats out there or anywhere outside the ring.
And Marshall's kidneys and liver do not need any more damage.
We spoke previously about the champion's advantage to Marcius Pitt. Marcius Pitt's laughing and taunting Bobby Marshall now, because all he's going to do is sit back now and let referee Matthew Clark count to 10 and then walk away with his Coastal Championship.
Oh, he's halfway there as well now. Listen to the crowd here, Olsen. Right behind Bobby Marshall. That's respect.
Oh, what a boot to the face. And a big boot at that.
He's going up top again from the lip there, maybe just propping himself up. No, he is ascending.
Why on earth would you go to the ropes after landing on hard, solid concrete? Oh, Amber now.
Of course.
Grabbing the foot of Bobby Marshall.
Sensing the danger there. If Bobby gets another top rope strike.
Oh, Marcius Pitt. Oh, over the top with an over the head belly to belly suplex from the top rope. There's only so much a man can take, even if that man is Bobby Marshall.
How was the strength there from Marcius Pitt there? It looked like Bobby was trying to wrestle his way out of it, tried to get out of position, and oh wait, speaking of strength, we've seen Pitt do this before.
That we have Marcius Pitt. He knows how to leverage his weight when it comes to these suplexes.
But with a man the size of Marshall, is he biting off too much more than he can chew?
Oh, down goes Pitt, luckily for Bobby Marshall. Bobby's going straight back to the top rope. I cannot fathom what his thought process is.
What's he? The crowd firmly behind
He's
him.
getting the crowd on his side. Here comes Bobby. Leg drop off the top rope. He needs to make a cover.
Oh, that's got to be it.
We could have ourselves a new Coastal Champion. Oh, I thought that was it.
All of that body weight dropped across the neck and the chin and the jaw there. I mean, that's a big leg. That's how it covered so much area.
Here, no argument from me, Eric. But Marcius Pitt got the shoulder up. As we've seen him do over the past years, the man's a former multi-time EPW champion, tag team champion, you name it. He's the current Coastal champion. He doesn't want to part with that belt. He's only just won.
He's holding on for dear life now at the moment. Marshall trying to throw him up and over. First the powerbomb attempt, but now gets him in the corner, up and over the ropes.
Oh, what a shot.
Jeez. Has to be some sort of shot to knock Marshall down.
Marcius Pitt looks like a madman, but he knows what he's doing. Oh! German suplex from the second rope, from the outside to the inside. No matter how many times I see it, it's always so impressive. And Bobby Marshall gets the shoulder up, but why? Why would someone want to kick out after this amount of punishment he's taken?
Bobby Marshall's been in some high-risk situations, big matches, and he's been thrown around by some big and powerful people, but I don't think I've ever seen him cop something like that. The leverage German suplex over the top from that height. Oh, wait a minute.
Amber on the top rope?
Oh, goodness. Of course she has to get involved. Of course, you can't let it be.
Bobby Marshall. Here comes Amber.
Oh, he catches her
in midair. Oh.
If there's one thing about Bobby, he's chivalrous.
No way! Oh. Scissor kick to Marcius Pitt whilst he's holding Amber. He's making a cover. Matthew Clark's.
This referee again.
Oh. The Coastal Championship could have been Bobby Marshall's, but referee Matthew Clark was attending to Amber, making sure she's out of the ring.
She's very distracting, but come on, lift your game, mate. You can't let the Untouchables just keep on doing this. Let the distractions of Amber and the entire Untouchables family take away from these championship matches.
But hey, if he caught her jumping from that top rope, it could have been a disqualification, and Bobby Marshall would be out of the running to try and get the Coastal Championship all the same. So it's a bit of a double-sided blade, but right now Bobby Marshall.
Well, he's firmly in control there. Could be. Oh, wait a minute. Spoke too soon.
It's up in the fireman's carry. Marcius Pitt's going to try and go with the F5. No, Marshall now.
Look at that strength. Into the corner. Maybe looking for the Oklahoma Stampede. Oh! Instead, he's turned inside out like a OKC Cyclone with that clothesline. Oh!
And Bobby Marshall with the shoulder up again.
Don't let his size fool you. He is in a lot of pain right now, and this is showing a tremendous amount of heart here to stay in this match.
The crowd is firmly by the side of Bobby Marshall as Marcius Pitt's going to go for it. Oh, look, Bobby's rolling him up.
Go up. Two.
Oh. So close.
We were milliseconds away from a new coastal champ. Oh, no.
5. The leg is hooked. Marcius Pitt retains. What a matchup.
By pinfall and still EPW Coastal Champion Marcius